Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to B Sports Picks. So, yesterday I was in the middle of making a live video, and then the power just went out. We had a tornado warning, and I had to unfortunately leave as an emergency. So, everybody's safe, thank God. But basically, I threw out a play as I was doing that. I threw out a play because I was looking at the no run first inning, and I did say to take one of the bets. Let me take a look at which one it was. So we had a 12-4 day overall. And I did, like I said, I was talking about one of these plays, which was, I believe, the Cardinals and the Phillies on the under. No run first inning. So let me fade into this. This is what it was looking like yesterday, okay? So basically, let me start over. So we're at 12-4. Is anybody here, guys? Let me make sure. Give me a second. It's not showing me that anybody's here. Give me a second. Is anybody here? Can you comment? Let me know if so I can see if this is showing up. All right, cool. So, anyways, it was a 12-4 day yesterday. Four of the plays that I threw out were the props. When I left and I came back, I threw out some props, and all four of those, actually, one of them did hit, and then four others did not. In yesterday's video that I was making, there was one free winner that I gave away. This is what the crazy 5 days have been looking like. 3 days ago we had almost a 10-unit day. 2 days ago we had a 7-unit day, Monday, and then yesterday we had. Is this right? Yeah, we're on Wednesday. Okay, so basically the last 5 days have been massive. If one of the things I want to talk about, if we get to 50 comments in this not the live, but once this video posts, then I'm going to do something called live betting, and I'm going to show you how crazy this was yesterday. So let me just show you the wins. I'm not going to go into all these details, but again, it was a 12-2 day. Let me just show you the details here of the live betting. So for example, I have a tool inside the Sharp Edge. Sorry, this does not look good. Give me a second. So this is a live bet. This is a live bet. This is a live bet. And then this was a live bet. So 4-0 on the live bets. Okay. So I'm not going to try to show you everything. This is just too much. But basically, what this is, you can see the White Sox at a +1.5. They ended up losing by 1. So that came through. And then the Cardinals under 5.5. They only scored 2 runs total. So that came through. And then I took the Rays. I already had the Rays earlier in the day, and I took them again live at a -3.5. And then I took over Padres Brewers 10 over. So these are 2-leg parlays, and they've been hitting like crazy on the live betting. I'm not going to try to show you that screen. I'll show you what it looks like very quickly, but you're not going to be able to see anything that makes any sense right now because no games are live. So these are the 4 that I took. If we get to 50 comments, I'll come back and stream live while I'm doing the live betting. So you'll be able to get a lot of value from that. So let me just show you what this looks like very, very quickly. Let me see, live betting. So it's on this tool called the Sharp Edge. If you have 7 days for free on this, if you haven't done so. But basically what this does is it looking at the opening line, is looking at the current line, is giving you the leans, is giving you the reverse line move, basically all the information you need. But then once the games start, these lines start shifting. And I'll explain more, like I said, once the games actually start, because they're not going to make any sense right now. And then it has the spreads and the totals and stuff like that. So once, let's just say, for example, I did like this one, I'll log it as a money line. So then it'll be logged, so I don't place the same bet again. So it's pretty simple there. But again, that's part of the live betting tool inside the Sharp Edge. If you want access to this, it's 7 days for free. All right, let me get right into it, guys. So 12-2 day yesterday, and let's do it again today. If I wouldn't have took those batter props, it would have probably been a perfect day, but it is what it is. So here's the biggest mismatches, the top pick for mismatches. Don't take these. You still have to do your research, but this is basically showing Quantrill right here versus Klassen. Is this on VIP only? The Sharp Edge, no. The Sharp Edge, that's going to be just a regular Sharp Edge. On the VIP, you're going to get something which I'm going to explain right now. It's something called a verdict, and also you're going to get the VIP picks as well. So I'm going to be including the VIP picks inside of the Sharp Edge VIP. So anyways, let me get back into this. Texas is the biggest mismatch right now with Quantrill, 4.67 ERA, or I'm sorry, FIP, and then Klassen is a 7.7. So that's an 18.3 gap over here. Wheeler is also a very big mismatch versus Leahy. Actually, it's not that crazy, but this dude is a lot better with an edge on Philly. And then you got Milwaukee. They got demolished yesterday by the Padres. I think they ended up losing like 8-1 or something crazy. So there's a small gap over here too. So these are the three biggest mismatches for the starting pitchers for today. So once we already have that information, this is called the no run first inning. This is the first play I'm giving you guys. One thing I will tell you guys is that if you were just on YouTube and you're not subscribed, like meaning you're not getting the free picks, like meaning that if you don't get an email and a text from me, then you're not getting all the plays. Because yesterday we had a huge storm come through. I was doing a live and the power went out. So when I came back from that and we recuperated, I threw out a free pick, which actually won. So that's called the free picks. That's going to be in the link in the description. If you're missing out on these free picks, I don't know what to tell you. They're literally free. So this is the one I gave away on the free pick channel. You would have got that message, and that's the one that came through right there. All right. Yeah, that's the play I'm going with. So Albert is asking, give me a second here. Let me kind of get rid of some of this stuff. So Albert is asking if this is the play. I like this one. I actually like three of them, and this is one of them. So I'm going to give you this one, and I'm going to give you guys two other plays also. So three different plays in this video. Make sure you guys like it, hype it if you want, comment. Once this actually posts, please come back, refresh this video, and then comment. If we get to 50 comments, I'll come back and do a live tonight. If not tonight, tomorrow. But I will do a live. So Zach Wheeler is one of the better pitchers. FIP is 3.17. Leahy is no bum. He's got, look at this, 7 or 8 games in a row where does not allow a run in the first inning. FIP and ERA are good. FIP and ERA are good. Overall, I'm not going to go into deep stats here, but they're all looking green over here. The offense, again, so defense is very good. This is the defense section up here. Oh, give me a second. So this is the defense section up here. And now this is the offense section down here. So the offense section, you can see plate appearances. There's a few. There's not a lot. But the few that have come up, they got 0 hits. These do have a little bit more hits with Burleson and Herrera. But they're not, I mean, they are decent, but there's only 2 batters out of that. On top of that, these guys are ranked 17th to get a run in the first inning. These guys are ranked 24th. In the last 3, they got 0. In the last 3, they got 1. So it doesn't matter if they get 1 run or 20 runs in the first inning. It doesn't matter. As long as they get 1 run, this will strike against them right here. So this is one of the plays I'm giving you guys is the Phillies and the St. Louis Cardinals under no run first inning. Okay, that's the first one that I'm giving you guys. So again, make sure you get the free picks. If you're not getting the free picks, I don't know what to tell you. So this is the VIP package that I was going to mention. It's part of the Sharp Edge now. So basically what this does is the reason I'm able to do so much is because I have these tools. And one of the tools here is called the Verdict, which is part of the Sharp Edge. And this is actually part of VIP. But basically it turns 4 hours of research into 15 minutes. If you do a early adapter pricing, you get 34% off. I think there's only 20 slots left. And so you're going to lock in the founding member for that. Okay, so let me just show you what this looks like very quickly. And basically what this is this bet card. Okay, so this bet card I used to show maybe a couple of times, and it gives me all the listing of all the plays. If you guys want to take screenshots, I don't care. But this is what I'm looking at for today. So you can see how crazy this looks. It's just got a bunch of stuff, like the line movement is here, the Reds. This actually fell. Reds was actually better than that, and now it fell. And then the Royals. So this is all the line movement stuff. The consensus is saying the Yankees, but I'm staying away from the Yankees. Sharp plays, there's no clear signals today for that. Palagorian method, it's showing Brewers, Red Sox, Dodgers. The refined both channels, these are expert channels. And those are just 7 different things. The spreads, these have been hitting very good too. That's good. I do 3 other checks, and then I put in my picks right here. And then we got the no run first inning. This is what I gave away yesterday. I just showed you the proof of that. So today it is showing as Blue Jays and Red Sox on the under 1.5 for the first no run first inning. That's on NRFI. And then all the stolen bases right there. And then this is just a breakdown of all the early lines, cross-section alignment, daily picks. So basically, after all this is said and done, it gives me these daily picks. And that's literally what this goes into here. So this is the verdict right here. And you can see this, exactly what I was just talking about. Once I start clicking stuff like, yes, I like this, no, I don't like that, stuff like that, it starts coming into this page, and then you would get access to this. So the one hitters, the sharp play verdict, the convergence, the spreads, the line movement, the expert plays, and so on. Okay, so basically I'm going to be adding more stuff onto this, but basically it turns 4 hours of research into 15 minutes. And that's what I use every day now. All right, so again, the conversions tool, this is what I was showing you. It does show the Yankees are supposed to be decent today. I don't like it. It was telling me to skip it on different things that I run, different systems and stuff like that, because it was relying too much on the starting pitcher. And the starting pitcher actually is he only plays about 5 innings or something like that. You guys can take a look at the Yankees. If they pop up again later, they actually dropped off of the line movement, which is this one, which is the original reason this even showed up here. If they end up showing up here again, I'll take another look. But you can see right here, line movement, win probability, expert insights, OPS. OPS is not that crazy. And then projected runs. So projected runs, they're both projected to go over, under 4.5 runs. That's the one for the convergence tool. I used to give a lot of weight to this tool, but I stopped doing that because it was just not working out. And now I take this as just one more signal. I hope that's making sense. Let me know if you guys like this stuff, don't like this stuff. If you guys making sense, I would appreciate that. All right, best and worst teams. I showed you several different times already. Give me a second here. Several different times I've already shown you this best and worst teams. This is the third link in the description, and you don't have to pay for anything for this. This page right here that you're looking at is free. All you have to do is go to the third link in the description and then bookmark it. And once you bookmark it, you just want to refresh this every single day, and then it gets updated. So give me a second here. So now it's tracking over 14 days. They're playing a lot more games now. They're getting a little bit closer to the playoffs, and they're starting to play a lot more games. So 617 games in the last 14 days. The upset rate is actually getting a little bit crazier. It used to be like 43%. Now it's 44%, meaning the underdogs are winning a lot more games. The highest win rate right now is Tampa Bay Rays. I talked about this yesterday. I went with the Rays at a -1. I showed you the receipts for that. I think I did up here somewhere. Anyway, I did take the Rays at a -1. I'm liking them again today, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. So it is heavily juiced, but I'm going to tell you why I like it so much. So number 1 team right now, Detroit is number 2, Braves is number 3, Padres is number 4, Red Sox is number 5, and then they're going against the worst teams. We're actually not going against. That's the next section. So the top teams are these, if you want to take a screenshot. And like I said, you don't even have to take a screenshot. Just go to the third link. It'll take you to this page. So best teams right here. Worst teams right here. Athletics, Pirates, Mariners, Guardians, Nationals. I actually like fading the Mariners today. So if you want to look at that too, take a look at that. I'm going against the Mariners today as well. So anyways, number 1 team, number 1 worst team, number 2 worst team, number 3 worst team, number 4 worst team, and then the Nationals somehow seem to be getting on this list all the time. All right. The reason this is important is that we look at the notable matchups. Now, this is not the end-all be-all information. Like, for example, we took the Astros the other day, and they were like number 8, and they were going against the shitty team over here, and they still lost. So it's not the end-all be-all information, but it's a good starting point. So, for example, we're looking at the Rays, which is literally number 1 over here. Let me show you that. That's a little bit cleaner. Number 1 right here, number 30 over here. So top team versus worst team. Astros is top 10. These guys are bottom 10. These guys are third worst and second best. Okay, so obviously you might want to be looking at this and say, okay, I'm going to take the Rays, I'm going to take the Astros, and I'm going to take the Tigers. but that's not what you want to do. You want to look at this and still do your research, but this is a good, just like the other tool that I talked about, the convergence tool, is just another pointer saying, look this way. Okay. So again, this one is free. Third link in the description. This one is paid. It's 7 days for free, and then it's paid after that. All right, I already showed you guys my bet card. This is the way I work every day. I look at this literally every day. I get this bet card. I start looking at all the different stuff. If stuff is matching, if stuff isn't matching, I run different systems. And then basically like 15 minutes to about an hour or so, it prints this out, which is the verdict. And it gives you all the plays right here. And then from this list that you see here, my final plays that I throw out to the VIP, 90% of them come from this page right here. So that I'm just putting it out there, and you get 34% off if you get this within the next 20 slots. All right, I already explained the Rays. I'm not going to get too crazy into this. If you want to watch, actually I got cut off yesterday, but I was going to explain the Rays yesterday. And right here it's saying to take the run line at a -1.5. I don't like that. I'm actually going to take it at a -1. And the reason is because it's so heavily juiced. And obviously the Athletics have to win sometime. And they actually beat the Red Sox last week twice. So there's a risk always. These are professional teams. Just because they suck doesn't mean they can't win. But in this case, I don't think they're going to win. However, I don't think that the Rays are going to cover the spread of -1.5. So let me give you an example. Right here it says largest pitching advantage on the entire slate. The ERA gap is huge. The bullpen gap is huge. What this is talking about is just the pitching. Pitching is very, very lopsided towards the Rays. The line movement, it did shift very slightly. That's not on this screen, but it did shift slightly towards the Rays. Win probability is 68%. In the last 13 games, the Athletics are just trash. I showed you they're the worst team. These guys are projected to go over 5. These guys are projected to go over 3. And then the pitching mismatch is with Rasmussen. It's a big mismatch. Bullpen is a mismatch. And batting is a huge mismatch. These guys are number 2. These guys are number 25. That's for the OPS, meaning on-base percentage. So I like the Rays. I'm going to take -1 on the Rays. Again, guys, once this video actually posts, make sure you refresh it, please, and leave a comment and just say, hey, I've been winning with you, or whatever you want to say. And if we get to 50 comments, I'm going to come back and do this live betting stuff, which is exactly what you see here, but I'll show you exactly how I use it. And it's been hitting a lot. When it was in basketball, it was a lot better because basketball moves a lot faster and there's a lot more movement, and a lot of like underdogs are starting to win, and all this stuff happens very fast, and especially in college basketball. And baseball is a lot slower, and that's the reason I took my time to kind of come back and look at this properly. And now I have a legit way of looking at this. So the best way I can describe this is that we're taking 2 to 3 leg parlays, and we're getting heavy favorites, and it's live, so it's very, very good chances that they're going to win, and they're going to hit, and that's why they're so expensive. But then that's why we have to do 2 to 3 legs. So again, I'll do this live betting scanner tonight or tomorrow night based on if we get 50 comments. Chandler's, all right. What was I going to say? There was one more. Let me go back here. I'm going to give you guys one more play, but first let me talk about this. This is what lost yesterday, so I'm not going to talk about it. I'm just going to show you what the players that if you want to take a look at some batter props. Chandler Simpson came up for the Rays. I'm not taking these. I'm just showing you what they are, and then I'm going to come back and take another look at them. But I'm probably going to stay away. I'm probably going to stay away, to be honest. But I'll show them to you. Chandler Simpson. Tim says that Jamel says, I don't know if I can show this on the screen or not, but basically the top chat right here, this is the chat room, and it's saying the live picks are goated. Tim is saying VIP, and so on. All right, guys, let me go over here. Chandler Simpson from the Rays to get 1 hit. Andy Pages from the Dodgers to get 1 hit. Carson Bench from the Mets to get a hit. I would skip this one because 2 2 at-bats, 0 hits. Wade Meckler, this is the first time he shows up. I'm going to stay away completely. On the road, he sucks. Cedane Rafaela, same thing on the road. He's pretty garbage. Matt Olson, no batter against pitcher over here, 0. And that's about it, guys. So Matt Olson, Cedane Rafaela, Wade Meckler, Carson Bench, Andy Pages, and Chandler Simpson. All right. I got one more to take a look at. Let me see. Give me a second here. Let me see which one it is, guys. It was this, I'm pretty sure it was an over, but let me make sure. Yeah, let me make sure on this, guys. Give me a second. Sorry about that. I thought I had it. Up and running here. All right. So the Yankees are actually looking good. I'll just tell you the ones I'm kind of looking at since you guys are here. I do like the Yankees. I'm looking on the under on the same game. We'll see how that goes. I like the Red Sox and the Blue Jays on the under for the NRFI. I already gave you the Phillies and the Cardinals on the under NRFI. I got some stolen bases stuff. If you guys want access to all these that I'm talking about, there are links in the description for VIP. I got another under stolen bases, another stolen bases. So three 2-leg parlays for stolen bases. Let me see. I already gave you guys the Rays and a -1. Okay, here it is. All right, yeah, that's what I thought it was, but I wanted to confirm it. All right, so let's keep over here. On this one, I'm looking on the under. You can see the projected scores are 7.5 total. Sharp Edge on my phone doesn't show this. Send me a message. You should have my email. If not, send me a text message or on the Discord, and then I'll look at it. I don't know what you mean. What page you're not looking at. I look at this every single day from my phone, and everything is fine. But like, if you don't see it, then let me know. All right, so it does look different. So that's what you might be talking about. It looks like this. So anyway, let me know. Send me a message. All right, so this one I'm going to go on the under. Phillies, Cardinals, 7.5 total is the projected. Phillies are supposed to win. I already told you guys. Wheeler has a massive advantage. ERA for the bullpen is pretty weak on both. So that's kind of sucks. The Phillies do have a very bad bullpen, and what that means is that once they take Wheeler out, they're going to be struggling to hold a score. And what this means is actually when you're looking at this live on live betting, you actually want to be looking on the over. But in this case, I'm looking on the under because of the strong pitching, and this line shifted from an 8.5 to an 8, so it's going down. And then right here it says the Cardinals under. In the last 31 games, have hit 71% of the time on the under. If we look at the current lines from DraftKings, this is projected on the favorites to go under 4.5, which is 4. And this is projected to go under 3.5, which is 3. And again, that's 7. And these are live odds from DraftKings. So they're favorite to go under, favorite to go under. Okay, on top of that, these guys are decent. 3.17 FIP, 3.79 FIP. 2.69 ERA, 3.65 ERA. So very good pitching, A grade and B grade. And then the bullpen is somewhat sucking for Philadelphia. So you can see in the last 3, they've allowed 10 runs in the last 3 games once the bullpen comes in. So they are sucking right now as far as that goes. On top of that, these guys have very good batting, number 9 and number 14. So it is a bit of a risk, but I do like it on the under. F5 under. Yeah, that's probably a better one. Albert says take the F5 first 5 innings on the under. That's actually probably a better one. I'm taking the full game because it's already locked in and I already threw it out, but that's what I'm giving you guys. All right, guys. Thank you so much, man. We did a 12-2 day. Yesterday we have about, what the hell was this? Let me show you this again. An amazing damn run right now, 5-day winning streak. 3 units here, almost 10 units here, almost 8 units there, 3 units, And like I said, I was up 5 units, and then the damn props just killed it yesterday. Or otherwise, we would have had another 5 units yesterday. On top of that, the only way you're going to get these free picks, what I'm doing is I'm looking at these live odds that are showing me a text message, and it says these are the teams that are moving right before the game starts. And if you guys want access to that, the only way you're going to get that is if you go to the free picks. In the last like 4 days, we did about 10 units. So again, free picks, make sure you take advantage of that. All right, guys. Yeah, you're welcome, man. Appreciate you guys for being here. Appreciate you guys that are commenting. As soon as this video posts, right now it's live, so it doesn't, for some reason, doesn't show all the comments. So as soon as I hop off of here, please do me a favor and just wait. It'll post, and then refresh it, and then leave a comment. Also, leave a like. Thank you so much, guys. Let's have a great day.